All right, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to another deal here of Orlando Magic basketball on NBA 2K14. We are very, very close to the end, and I think I'm probably just going to finish off the regular season here, starting with, I guess, just the two Supersonics games. I don't want to delay too much anymore. We've played, according to the top right up above here, we've played 22 games this season, so we've already played over a quarter of the season. So 2 more games isn't too bad, and they're both, decently big games against the Supersonics, so I'll be more than happy to do that. And we're away, which means I get to wear the black.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to 2K Sports.
There we go.
Damon Bruce here. A Thursday night
Yeah.
of the NBA.
I guess I can elaborate for the people who are watching. I busted out because my 360 still sits. My 360 still sits next to me, of course, for college hoops, and I had the idea of like, oh man, I want to reload up NCAA Football 14 as well as NHL 2K10. In fact, I had an idea for 2K10 for the stream. I might still do with slightly outdated rosters. It would annoy me to no end, but I could still potentially do it. But yeah, so I have roster files for both of those because I'm like, okay, wow, are we really doing this to me today? Is this the way my computer wants to treat me today? Oh, this is this is really, I'm having my patience tested. It's a my player account, whatever. Cool, that's cool. My patience is being put to the test today. Okay, so hopefully this doesn't crap out on me this time. I don't know why it did that. That's also very, very annoying. All right, let's try this again, except hopefully it doesn't crap itself. But yeah. So I might still do it, but I've used roster files all the time before. I've used it when I did NCAA Football 14. I did it, of course, for my current college hoops thing. I've used them a bunch, so I know how to, do the whole process of adding a roster file to my 360. And it uses a program called Horizon. And everything went okay until I tried to actually add the roster file. And then it kept giving me errors. And I was like, why is there errors? Okay, so maybe I got to restart the system. Maybe I got to restart my... I sat there and thought, like, okay, maybe I have to restart the program, then my computer. Then I re-downloaded it, so it wasn't on my flash drive anymore. It was on my actual computer hard drive. Then I reinstalled Horizon. And it still wouldn't work. And I, Googled it, and, it was people who are asking about the same thing. Where it was like, hey, this error came up. What is it? And then there was a lot of people going, oh, well, it's not a proper save file. And, like, I'm sitting here reading it going, okay, well, they answered this, like, 4 years ago. But what do you mean not a proper save file? Because I'm doing literally the exact thing I've done every single time before in order to make this happen. And for some reason, it's just not going. It just doesn't want to go. And it was like, oh, it's not a proper save file. It's like, I know what a proper save file looks like. I've used it before. So it's very annoying. So everything I looked for on why is it always the vertical thing with him? Actually, I think that's one of his higher jumps. I think that's one of his, it actually got 17 inches. I don't know why, out of all people, Sean Bradley's the one that I always have to see the vertical leap with. It's never impressive. He's like he's what, 7'7", 7'6"? Oh my God. There you go.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up.
There you go. Oh, that's a long two, whatever. This game has showcased the fact that if I do a long two, I'll probably have a slightly better ability to actually make the shot than if it were a three. So yeah, it just didn't want to recognize my my save file with the rosters, so that was obscenely annoying. And I can't wait for the day that they actually start. There we go. I can't wait for the day that they actually, start getting emulators working with most games. Like I can't wait for the day that PS3 and Xbox 360 emulators start working as well as, something like Dolphin. I'll even take something along the lines of PCSX2. That does pretty well, but I think like Dolphin's like the new gold standard. So the day that I can just chuck my 360 out the window will be a glorious day. All because I want a slightly more updated roster. This is why did he throw there? Yeah, this is really what has just made me annoyed today. Is that it's nothing like, it's such a first world problem thing, and it's not even that stressful of a thing. It's just gotten under my skin today because everything went so smooth, and then this shit happened. And I spent probably too much of my life tonight trying to figure that out. It was probably good. God, what time is it now? It's probably at least a good 2 hours trying to get it to work before I finally gave up.
Both shots good from the stripe.
There we go. Otherwise, I would have started a lot sooner than I did today. But yeah, I had that to deal with. But yeah, I hope you guys have been doing pretty well today. Other than that, I've had a fairly uneventful and not as stressed day. It was a dull day at work, which, like, I've worked with people before where they're just like, man, how can you deal with, sometimes like a boring day? And I'm like, man, I love boring days. I don't know about other people, but I'd rather have boring days than days where I'm constantly doing something at work for like the entire 8 hours. Today happened to be a boring day. And I've never quite I get the idea of people that are just like, oh man, I just want time to pass by faster, blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, I can find ways to make time pass by without having to continuously work. So I'm okay. There you go. Ah.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it. Yeah, they were very lucky.
I like to think that this would actually be like the closest thing to the what would be the I'm sure that's probably something I could Google, like what was the first NBA super team? Because I feel like if I haven't created it, then Seattle definitely created it, because they're like, oh man, Gary Payton and Sean Kemp, man, the Seattle is like unbeatable, and then they add Reggie Miller of all people. there as well. I would love to know if this of Peyton, Kemp, and Miller could be considered one of the first like NBA super teams.
Honeycutt releases. That's in, coming off an assist from Peyton. Honeycutt's got his first basket of the night.
That bounce pass got him the ball in rhythm. Nice play.
As I say, I know like kind of in the twilight years of Peyton or Malone or even Pippen, when they went to other teams, they tried to create a super team like Gary Payton, or who was it? Was Peyton and Malone both on the Lakers in the same year? I don't think they were. But like anytime they tried to do like Kobe, Shaq, and then either Gary Payton or Karl Malone, that would probably be another instance of it. Balls.
Will take possession. As the playoffs near, let's take a look at the Western Conference standings. Take a look at Utah. They are the favorite right now to lock up the #1 seed come playoff time, sitting in first place right now and not looking like they going to be slowing down at all.
I did get my tickets to All In, so I'm happy about that. Got them relatively cheap too. I saw the price and I'm like, I can't pass on those. Because as far as scalp tickets go, I'm probably not going to do any better, especially after potentially next Saturday. Because if and most likely when CM Punk loses his UFC fight, like that'll just fuel all the rumors of him being there, and then prices will spike. And who knows, they might still add one or two more people. I feel like the closer that we get to the actual event, the higher the prices will end up being, because the hype will be pretty big. So I'm like, well, I might as well just spend my $140 for the ticket and just be pretty okay with that price. Because I don't think it's gonna get really much better than that as far as prices are concerned. And I have I'm at least happy to be there, and it's like corner of the arena seats. Like I don't think it'll be that bad in comparison to some of the nosebleed WWE seats I've had before. But yeah, anything that was like anywhere relatively anything that was like relatively like front and center, oh my god, those are so expensive. As I figured, but people are asking for like $300 plus for a ticket. I'm like, fuck it, I don't need to be like right in the center that badly. Let's see what he's got here. Let's see what he's got. Post it. I'm not completely surprised, but I had seen a video today detailing I don't know why Detlef Schrempf looks so small compared to Sean Brad. Like, you have Sean Bradley's big ass, and then Detlef Schrempf comes like hauling it down, and it's just like, oh, that's such a height difference. But yeah, like the not so surprising reasons why it, like, a lot of people feel like NBA 2K18 is dead. And it actually kind of surprised me that apparently like 2K themselves was sending out surveys about if they were like people who might be potentially like have moved on to something else, like if they like why they would have left.
On tap Wednesday, April 1st, the Golden State Warriors hit the road for a duel with the Atlanta
Latrell Sprewell.
action.
Was that tattoos on his shoulders, or was he just... Does he just have just glitched pixels on his arms?
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And let's quickly break down the game.
15-19 is not too bad.
And I thought the key in that first quarter was the offensive
Fisher. Oh, God. Why was that so bad?
really feeling good about playing at home, taking advantage.
But yeah, it seems like the my career was definitely a point of contention on top of all the Wait, why is Sean Brett though? Someone switch off. Someone switch off, damn it. Oh God.
That's good. Got the first basket of the second quarter for Seattle. The Magic trail by 7.
By the way, Johnson, thanks for the host. Appreciate it.
From downtown.
There we go. I don't try to be like super reliant on the 3-point shot, but I mean, I have a lot of good 3-point. I have Lee Mayberry out there. I have Derek Fisher. You know, I got big guys who could, you know, do the post really well. But sometimes I like to do a lot of threes because I have a lot of good 3-point shooters. I just got to be really. I just got to figure out what I'm gonna. Oh my God! This long-limbed jackass. I should give it to Duncan. Duncan can finish those.
Now the pass to Snow. They set the screen.
I had plans on like trying to stream for a while, and then I started streaming like a lot later than I planned on. I don't know. I might still. I don't know how long I'll stay because I don't have to work tomorrow, which will be good. I planned on using this day to potentially volunteer at Wizard World, but it looks like they didn't need that for. There we go. Ugh. I guess they have enough spots filled for setup. I was going to do some volunteering for Wizard World Saturday as well, but I also was reminded of the fact that I have a Barnstormers game Saturday night because I signed up and I'm like, oh, this is the perfect shift right here. 6 to 11. It's like, oh no, I got to go across the street at 7 for a football game. Not going to be the best. That's all right.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Hardaway from outside. It's hauled in by the
These there's a certain point I should probably just give up on the 3-point shot. When I miss like 3 of those A+ shots, that's probably about the time.
out to Peyton.
I don't want to rely on the 3-point shot too much and miss like 27 in a row.
Shot to end this cold run. They get the rebound. Miller outside. The feed to Peyton.
Let's see here. What do they got? Just guard him. Guard him. I forget who that is at center. Thank you. Ah, Penny. Penny. Why? Hoiberg. See, that's the thing. When I got all these like shooters, it makes things difficult. There you go. I'm always a little scared when he gets that much contact, though. Penny was always made of glass, and that's the last thing I need is him continuing to be made of glass and just shatter, especially like a month before the end of the season. That's the last thing I need is my best player, statistically at least, going down to an injury. Why is no one... Oh, I'm supposed to be guarding Detlef Schrempf. I was like, who's the asshole who's supposed to be guarding? Oh, well.
Kicks it to Miller.
Oh.
Another shot.
I probably could have. Oh, my God. I'm the worst at rebounds in this game. I have no idea why. That I just happen to be the worst in rebounds.
Stacking up second chance buckets in big piles. And those hustle points, Clark, I mean, that's just another reason why they've got the lead here.
And the Supersonics making a change here.
Sexy Deadpool Funko Pop. You know, I actually ordered a couple of Funko Pops. I think that was like the Hardy Boys.
Back to Hardaway.
And I was... again... And I was really jazzed about it because I'm like, oh, yeah, this looks really cool. I can get some, like, Hardy Boys Funko Pops. And I pre-ordered it on Amazon. And then after a while, it was like, oh, yeah, we got to delay it because it's a different, you know, the release date was moved. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And then they just straight up canceled it. They're just like, yeah, we... I think it was just like, yeah, we don't have enough stock or something to fill the order. I don't know. They some bullshit reason.
He dishes it to Hardaway.
Some bullshit reason that it was just like, oh yeah, we're not able to fulfill the order, but we're still selling them. And I'm like, well, I don't. So you won't particularly have enough for me, but you're still going to be selling them. Like, isn't that the point of pre-ordering? So you have that? Thought that's what pre-ordering was all about.
Hits the three-point bomb. He's got 8.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want.
So I think that's just my cue to not worry about getting Funko Pops, unless I just happen to see them. My roommate though is crazy about them.
Peyton's got 10 points in the game.
He has so many Funko Pops, he just doesn't know what to do with it right now. Like, we've ran out of like storage space. Like, we had shelf space. Oh my God. Like, we had shelf space for Funkos, and he just filled all of it, and now they're just sort of like sitting wherever he can find space to sit them. I'm feeling like we're really not going to do as well as I'd hoped.
Peyton drives in. Ori with the rebound.
I'd really like something to go well for us, because right now is not it's not the best. Let's see if I can get let's see if I can lose Peyton here. There you go.
The glass to finish the layup. 10 points for him.
His shooting has been
I was just waiting for that.
today. He may have to take it upon himself to try to get his club out of this hole.
Tough call here. The Sonics decide to talk it over.
Yeah, they were getting winded. Good call here to give them a quick breather.
I don't know why.
Duncan comes in for Ori.
I'm gonna turn that up just a touch here. Come on. How did I get the teams in NBA 2K18, or did I make them on? How do you filter all the good players away from the trash ones? Yeah, I just went into Photoshop and then made it like the specific size, or in many of the cases I just plain made them. Yeah, they weren't like teams that I just up and found. I just decided to make them myself. How I filtered the good players away from the trash was literally me just going to every team and deleting every player that was like above a 76 overall, including free agents, which I don't know if he's still there or not, but that also included like Chris Bosh. Oh my God, we're just the worst today. Yeah, so it was a long process of me making them, and then like changing, like using the relocation feature on my league to add them, or not add them, but to replace the team. And then just I took out any good player above 76 overall. Oh my God!
Beautiful buzzer beater.
Really?
Unbelievable. Great shot there, Kev. And the crowd is
Oh
going crazy.
man,
And the first half is now in the books.
that is
Sonics A
that is
up
the
by 12.
perfect
And we'll have the start
the
of the second half
perfect,
when we come back after the break. Let's go over to David Bruce with the Splinter
moment
Cell.
of gameplay right there to showcase how my day has gone.
Brought to you by
It's- couldn't be better.
Every day, the playoff picture is becoming more
Usually
clear.
Marbury isn't the guy who is carrying the team. I don't know, maybe that speaks more of how the other guys have been doing. I don't think I've given the ball much to Sharif or Tim Duncan.
The Heat in a tight one against the Charlotte Bobcats. It's a close one in the second quarter. And another one also in progress out in Indiana.
I didn't notice, but I'm
The
pretty
Pacers
sure the
taking care of
Bobcats
business
are
against
still
Washington. Not a lot left to be decided there. A big advantage for them in the fourth
still
quarter.
0 for life.
NBA action
I would
from
love to
around
know
the
the first team that loses to this Bobcats team.
Fourth quarter, they're down 8. They'll need to make a run. And that'll be our report.
That would
Thanks so
be
much
that
for
would be
joining us.
interesting.
We hope to see you next time.
I know. This is why I'm saying I don't know what could be considered the first official like NBA super team, but I feel like the Sonics created it. Because they had Peyton, they had Kemp, they had an Eastern Conference, or not Eastern, they had a Western Conference final, even an NBA final worthy team.
His talent was on full display
And
there.
then they added Reggie Miller. He was spineless, and he decided the next chapter of his life was in Seattle, and just pissed off everyone in Indiana.
And the rejection by Bradley. Out of
You know,
bounds.
he got his name made in Indiana, and then he decided to chase championship rings, leaving behind
And here are
Rick
the
Smits.
Supersonics now. They've held a
So
12
now it's the ultimate rivalry of who's gonna do better.
defended by Hammonds. Bradley drives in.
Boom!
He makes it look easy, dunking it
Can't
hard
wait
with
for
one hand.
Smits to average a triple double in a season.
Taking advantage of each opportunity.
Why is it always Bradley? We get that horseshit vertical leap. It's always like 15 to 17 inches. It's never anything like interesting. You ordered 900 basketball cards.
They may see this lead disappear if they continue to.
I don't remember the last time I ordered basketball cards. Or like any trading cards really.
Let's take a look now at some of the teams that have been blocking shots by the truckload since the
I
All-Star.
don't know. They don't really have much value at this point, I don't think. It's my feeling at least. I got some things.
Shot clock at 5.
Mark Jackson finally get his triple doubles. Yep.
By Bradley.
4 straight misses. They've got to find a way to get back on track.
Ori, Timmy.
To Duncan.
Timmy, I don't think has done a lot right now. Oh, look at that. Just the immediate double team here.
He feeds it to Bradley.
Sean Bradley is going to
They got
take
it
this
a little
team
while ago, and they just had
and he's going to carry it on his back and wobble his way to victory.
Basketball, just having their way down low.
back to strength. Peyton outside.
You know, if I actually do go through with the other deals I want to do on my 360
And no good. Trying to use the glove.
because Horizon took a dump on me. I hope that there aren't people who are like, why aren't you using current rosters? And I'm like, well, I have the most current rosters for when my 360 and the relegated software to put my roster files on didn't take a shit on me. So it's slightly out of date. Get over it. Is that Ori that just flew through the sky like that? Dummy sent it to you on eBay, threw in a Michael Jordan North Carolina card. Nice.
Seattle making a change here.
That is one piece of memorabilia I bought, actually. It's probably just a replica. I mean, it's obviously just a replica, but I actually bought a a Harrison Barnes North Carolina jersey. I don't own a lot of jerseys. I own like a John Stockton Utah Jazz. Like, I would have liked to have the jerseys that they have in this game. Like in this game, at this point in time, they had like the Mountain Peak ones. I don't mind like the old school purple ones, and that's the one I got because I couldn't get like the Mountain Peak version. But I have a John Stockton jersey and I have a Harrison Barnes North Carolina jersey. It's a very interesting set of jerseys to own. And I almost bought a it's a Minnesota guy. I can't remember. It's not Butler. He's probably like maybe 4th or 5th on the team. God damn, I forget. He was he's still like a relatively young prospect, and I'm trying to remember his fucking name. And they had his jersey, and I wanted to get it because the Timberwolves jerseys are awesome, especially the t-shirt ones. And I thought to myself, well, the t-shirt jerseys are awesome. And they looked really nice, and I think it was like $80. See, now this is gonna annoy me if I don't look this up. Minnesota. Oh my God. I apologize. I need to know. Like, I have to know exactly whose jersey I almost bought, simply because the design was cool and the fact that it was a t-shirt jersey. Andrew Wiggins. That's who it was. Wiggins. Yeah, Jeff Teague. Hey, you know what? I didn't mind Jeff Teague when he was in Atlanta. It would be less ridiculous if it was Jeff Teague. Now, Wiggins.
Shots around the hoop, ranking in the top 5 in that category. I think we should touch again quickly on his rebounding average.
Teague was, I think Teague was the one in Atlanta that I was thinking of.
He does it with work ethic and tenacity.
Isn't he like 30 now? He's been around for a little while, I thought. Or maybe I'm trying to think of maybe I'm thinking of someone else.
Back to Miller.
When you get out of college, you're going to get a job, buy a fuck ton of basketball jerseys. I'm gonna buy XFL jerseys. That's gonna be my thing. I hope they do the nicknames again. I might just buy like 1 or 2, but I hope there's like teams that I would enjoy. I don't know when they're gonna show up. Hopefully by the end of the week, but I've got an XFL shirt and hat coming. I can't wait.
Both free throws good for Miller. Here's Orlando now.
Yeah, I actively changed my team and logo to fit the Las Vegas Outlaws logo, just to give me an excuse at our fantasy draft day last year to wear my "He Hate Me" jersey. Okay, that's another one I own. John Stockton old school jersey, fine. Harrison Barnes North Carolina jersey, sure. "He Hate Me" Las Vegas Outlaws jersey. I feel like one of these things is not like the other. Why? You know, after I told myself and the stream that I was going to stop jacking up threes, because for some reason, even when they're A+ and excellent releases, I still manage to brick them. I still do it anyway, because why not? Whenever you want to roast a Nuggets fan, just put a picture of Dikembe Mutombo crying in front of him. As an Orlando Magic fan, I have nothing I can say to pretty much any team in the NBA at this point. The front office has pretty much kept me from being able to roast literally anybody. Hey, look at that. Oh my God!
Been allowed to use at
How the hell did that happen?
I'll say the defense has been ineffective trying to
Yeah, I think
run
at this
shooters
point
off
it's
that
physically
three-point line.
impossible as a Magic fan to roast anybody.
Outside.
I think the best thing I can hope for is they just like shoot the Magic front office into the sun, and we get like new owners who just move the team back to Seattle. I'll be a Supersonics fan. I don't give a fuck.
Count it and the foul. That's on deadlift shrimp.
Boy, the D has to show a little
It's like, how would you become a Supersonics fan? It's like, well,
got a battle inside.
I was a Magic fan originally because I really liked the Magic, and then they just couldn't stop disappointing me. So then they eventually moved the team to Seattle, and here I am.
In for Snow. Here's Bradley.
Ah, that was awful.
Seattle will take possession. Quick glance at the 2K leaderboard for the leading free throw shooters at the two-guard position since
That's I should just give up. You know what I should do is I should just give up on like current teams. I'll just have to be a fan of like teams that are no longer around. So like you'll always have the nostalgia of it. Oh my God, what is he the fucking I love how the mascot's doing the worm just right there. Like like maybe a fan of the Sonics, or if you want to be like an underdog team, I'll be a fan of like the Vancouver Grizzlies.
Well, if they don't pick up
I'd be like, not the Memphis Grizzlies? No, fuck the Memphis Grizzlies. The Vancouver Grizzlies is where it's at.
yeah, they caught that long
I would legit buy a Sharif Abdur-Rahim jersey. Not to mention those Vancouver jerseys were fucking fire.
from the wing.
Oh, god damn it. There you go.
Here's Hardaway.
How is there not a foul for that?
Here from Hammonds. Gone 2 from deep to
Do
center.
teams that just move like that?
Got that one.
Do teams just move like that in the U.S.? Not all the time.
He's gutsy.
Not all the time.
Respect about it. Seems like
But yeah, there are a lot of times, yeah, that if you get new like that's how the Sonics moved.
at the end of the
Wow, who did Duncan just lay the fuck out of?
is even in
Wow, he still got it.
sticky defense.
Reggie Miller still got it. Who the fuck did Duncan just put on the floor? That was
Is it to Bradley?
that was brutal.
By Hammonds. Bradley dishes to Duncan.
There you go.
Foul call.
Oh.
That he didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws. The Magic have
Worst
gone
hockey
5
fan base on the Nashville Predators.
And he knocks down the first one. And Orlando making a change here.
Yeah, but the reason the Sonics moved is because they got new. Like, if there's new owners,
Duncan drops them both.
generally it really depends on the team. So, like with the Sonics, when they got new owners, the new owner was like, I don't want to be in Seattle anymore. I want to be in Oklahoma City. And then I guess they had a vote on it, and they were like, all right, sure.
Shot clock at 6.
Yeah, like in the U.S., that's the Chargers recently moved from San Diego to L.A. because
They tried to step off, but
the owner just kind of up and decided there's just like, yeah, we're just gonna go to L.A.
the case most times, even though fans don't.
There's already an L.A. team, and San Diego can definitely support it, but we're just gonna move to L.A. anyway.
5 seconds left in the third. Peyton drives in with 1 on the clock, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot 1 more at the free throw line. He's gone 2.
I'm imagining overseas in Europe.
72%
That doesn't really happen.
something that could definitely improve.
I'd imagine that there's like some owner of a football club, and they don't just kind of up and move to another city. Then again, I think probably just about every major city at this point has probably got
Target center.
some sort of major football club.
Coming up next Wednesday
Start being
night,
pissed on someone they actually have chants that insult goalies when they give up goals.
Don't miss out.
To be fair, we have that here in Iowa, even in AHL, where when one of our guys scores a goal, like the play afterwards, it's people in like the in the season ticket holder section that'll start pointing at the goalie, just going, "It's all your fault. It's all your fault." And they'll do that like 3 or 4 times. Oh God, I really should have went and okay, well, I got lucky. That's what that is luck. Ah, Hoiberg.
You know, his finishing ability leaves a lot to be desired, guys. He needs to take it to the basket stronger.
Rugged play under the boards. It's not a place for the weak of heart. You've got to go in there physically and aggressively.
Pass to Ori.
Let's see here.
Ball movement here by the Magic.
Marbury.
He feeds it to Bradley.
There you go. Oh my God.
And this could turn into a 3.
Sean Bradley's starting to figure it out here.
Defense has not been able to keep
Nuggets
the ball
owner
out.
also owns Arsenal about 6 or 7 years now, and when he bought it, there was a protest over it.
It seems like everything is
I could see that.
Catching up on the changes.
Fuck the Minnesota Wild. The Avalanche always kick their ass. I mean, you're speaking the truth to me. You're speaking. You're preaching to the choir here as a longtime Avalanche fan. It's weird because yeah, we have the Minnesota Wild's like AHL team, but I couldn't give two fucks about the Minnesota Wild. I feel like they're probably on the verge of being like the Colorado, like the Avalanche were, you know, the last couple years up until this season.
And he tries off the glass, but it's no good.
So yeah, the Avalanche are at least giving me hope that we might. Now that we've, oh my God, all the turnovers is killing me right now.
Gets it to go.
Now that we've gotten rid of an unhappy Duchenne, maybe we'll do something. It seems like we figured it. Oh God damn it! Hey.
And the foul. That's on Detlef Schrempf.
Well, I like what they're doing inside here in the second half. I mean, they're still trailing, but they're showing a lot of grit down low in the paint.
Percy Hawkins checked in for Detlef Schrempf.
I just realized we've somehow worked our way back into being down by only 3.
Hardaway against
It's
Hawkins.
very interesting to see.
He kicks it to
They have a bright future, 19-year-old. Yeah, dude.
And a foul on
I was actually looking on eBay for NHL jerseys as well.
He has 17 points.
Um,
He's done a little bit of work behind the arc.
They don't really have big ones right now. I need something a little bit bigger, so I'll probably just stick to my Iowa jersey when I go to hockey games rather than try to get like a
Ford's check.
McKinnon or Landeskog jersey.
The heavy lifting, if you will, made this a 2-possession game.
There you go. There you go. Oh, I meant to pump fake.
The second chance up.
Come on, Cato. There you go. You should play NHL 18, do an expansion franchise. Well, the thing was, I actually planned on doing NHL 2K10, and I actually planned on doing that tonight. You probably weren't here for the rant that I had earlier about the 360 roster save issue that I was going through, where I was very unhappy that software that generally works for me and worked for me, of course, when I was doing my college hoops shtick, when I needed a roster for that, has all of a sudden just stopped working.
That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And I really do like NHL 2K10 because I think I have, which one do I have?
And let's quickly
I have 17. I didn't buy 18 because I guess I just don't play hockey games that much. I played a little bit of 17, and then like I ended up going back to to NHL 2K10 because it's like it's like a it's like a pair of pants you've had for a while. You're just familiar with him.
Bradley's got 9 points here
You
in the
know.
second half.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, if you just looked at a
That and the sliders. I actually messed with. I don't know how the sliders work in the EA games. I should check that out because I know as much as I do a franchise mode. I mean, I kind of thought about doing that. I did One thing that did get me was the possibility of doing like a custom league, because I found out you could do a custom league in 18. Like, you can make a bunch of created teams and just do a fully custom league, which is like, oh shit, that's exactly what I wanted to do. I didn't know if maybe it was worth trying to get 18 by this point, because it's May 31st now, so it's practically June. So you do what? July, August, September. We're just over 3 months away from presumably the next NHL. I'll probably get that, though, if they still have that going on. But yeah, like I was, I checked a lot of the sliders for NHL 2K10 and had the idea of just going completely crazy with like arcade style sliders. Hey, look at that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar move right there. And yeah, like just going crazy with like maybe player speed, like kind of speed up the players a little bit, make injuries happen a little bit more. Like one of the big things that was fun was the I tested was the hit strength, so that when you do like a body check, like it just fucking destroys them. That was one that I was pretty big on wanting to do, was being able to turn the body check like way up. So like every time you do a body check, you're just leveling them and knocking them on their ass. Oh my god, how did I fuck that one up?
Instead of one, thanks to the free throw miss, makes getting a stop here absolutely critical. Rebounds are split just
Oh my god, I meant to pump fake. Why didn't he pump fake? Oh, that's not a time for me to be messing up my button presses. Oh my god almighty. Bradley, make a rebound, you dick. This goddamn, this 7.5-foot motherfucker. Oh, I hate you. Put Alston in, and then we'll put here. We'll put Alston here. We'll put Cato in here. Let's get Ford, Hoiberg, and Mayberry. I'm gonna do an oil change on the guys, and we're gonna make something happen right here. Ready? Oh, god damn it. Oh no, here it comes. I had the lead too. Ah, Christ. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I could download the updated rosters. I feel like I might just wait till 19. I don't know. I kind of want to do something hockey related. I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss for that. I also thought about doing college football again, and I have good thing about that is I actually have several options because of both either gameplay or rosters or like ease of use or anything like that. Come on. Oh. Like, I don't have to do, like, NCAA Football 14. I could flip on my PS2 emulator and play NCAA Football 11 or NCAA Football 06, which I've heard most people consider, like, the best NCAA football game. I don't think I ever actually played that one. So it'd be kind of interesting and, like, a first experience for me. Let's see here. Get out of the way! Look at that. The Seattle guys just, oh my god, now our guys are hanging all over it too. There you go. Lee Mayberry pulling it off here. I don't remember Sharif ever showing up, by the way. I don't know if was he injured or did he just not do it? Oh, got it. What? 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 Wait. How? That wasn't even a 3. That was a mid-range jumper that he missed. How? How do you miss a mid-range jumper like that? There you go. It was a long 2, but he got it. Oh my God. How do you A+ a mid-range jumper and still fucking not make it? Oh my God. I could have been walking the dagger down the court. And then I screwed up by not rebounding properly. There you go. Oh, I should have let Mayberry have it. God damn it. All right. Oh my God. Stay on him. Stay on him. It's Reggie Miller. Yes. Oh my God. Reggie Miller dropped a half-court shot. let's not give him all the room in the world to try a game winner. Stephon Marbury's pissed at this win. Just angry. He's still angry. I think that's my new. I don't know what it is with his eyebrows, but I feel like this is my new favorite character, is pissed off Stephon Marbury. We won the game. We won the game, and he's the player of the game, and he still looks so unhappy. Oh my God, Bobcats lose it. Wait, why does that say losing streak hits 11? Did they lose? Did they beat somebody? Was I not paying attention? Where's the 1-70? Oh my God, they beat somebody. Who was the first team to drop to this team? Now I have to know. Oh God. How can I look at that? I need to know. Not a transaction report. Who was the team? Who was the team? They beat the Mavericks. The Mavericks were the first team that they beat with fucking Victor Alexander, Vinny Del Negro, Johnny Newman, and a bunch of nobodies. A bunch of placeholders. Look at that. Newman went 1 for 1. Del Negro went 4 for 17. And Victor Alexander shot 39 times. Made 21 and gave the Bobcats their first ever win. Wow. Amazing. Hey, improved our record by 5 wins. I'll just go to the Seattle game then. Actually, let's do right through. Oh, whoops. Sim through the dates, simulate all games. Hey, look at that. We improved it by 10 wins. Oh, we're on a 4-game win streak now. Interesting. We started up a nice little... Okay, wow, okay. We have lost but 3 times. We have lost only 3 times since the beginning of March. In fact, you could almost say just the end of... Actually, if you look at it, okay, we have only lost 1, 2, 3, 4 games since the All-Star break. That is quite something, I'd have to say. Only 4 games have been lost since the All-Star break. Gotta say, I'm feeling good about that. All right.
Hello, everyone, and
I
welcome
am
to 2K
ready.
Sports. I'm Damon Bruce. Bruce. The season is winding down. The NBA begins to look ahead to the playoffs. It's going to be the Seattle Supersonics going up against the Orlando Magic. I'll be here in the studio for the halftime
Oh,
show.
good Lord. My body still hasn't really prepared itself properly for sleeping later. It doesn't help that I've kind of put my body through that, where it comes to be like 5:30 in the morning, and I'm just like, you know what? I guess, oh boy, something happened. Where I'm like, you know what? I guess it is time to nap. Okay, I want to make sure that's... We had some screwing up here, so I'm hoping that's not a permanent thing. It looks like it was just a one-time thing. I'm like, that didn't happen last game.
Finds guys with no look passes and puts them on the money. He is fun to watch.
Yeah, Sharif is around. I don't know why. I don't know if he was around in the last one and he just was nowhere to be found.
He makes his teammates better.
The Magic make a quick stop here in front of their Orlando fans. Just one game before heading out. The Southeast Division Championship within their grasp. Win this one.
Let's see what we
and
got
it's
here.
all theirs.
Mm.
You know, for the Magic, they've been the story of the regular season.
I also keep
in my
forgetting
mind.
that
Smash
my list of Nintendo Switch games I want to play has been ever growing, because I also added Hyrule Warriors, and I've been really enjoying that.
Miller with the ball.
I don't know why there's when it comes to like the Warriors style games, there's just always something very satisfying about like swinging your sword a few times and just destroying hordes of minions, like completely useless minions that will never actually kill you,
And it's Peyton with the assist.
but just firing off a shot and destroying like 30 of them in one blow.
Has something for us right now. Doris?
Of course he makes the B- one, but not the A+ one. It's just sure.
Defensive end. Coach went on to say, I put up a challenge to each and every one of my players tonight. If every player can keep their opponent from below their normal scoring numbers, they'll get the next practice off. Sounds like good motivation, gentlemen.
Thanks, Doris. And given the scoring talent on the floor, defensive mindedness definitely a key here, guys.
I don't know what the hell that was. Was that some sort of box out that he had? I have no idea.
Win the battle at that end of the floor. I think they've got a great chance to win.
Well, I agree, because if they don't do that, Steve, what happens
There you
at the
go.
other end isn't going to matter. It'll be futile.
Oh, thanks, stay hydrated, bot. I actually just took a drink.
Shoot free throws here. Nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take
Yeah,
that.
I'm going to be spending a fair amount of money
Here for the night.
And you take a
on
look at the
stuff
statistics this club is
at
shooting
Comic-Con this weekend.
as a
I'm a
team.
little worried about it personally.
Dropped off just a little bit compared to
I'm
last year, guys, but
a little worried about how much I might. It won't be too much. I did sort of promise, because one of the celebrities that's going to be there is the guy who played Bobby from Supernatural,
The Supersonics
and
in fourth free throw
I could
attempt.
only get
And as a
2
team, they're
tickets
shooting about 75%
to All In,
a year.
and my roommate's girlfriend, you know, she's not as big a wrestling fan as us, but she's still a, decent wrestling fan. She wouldn't know most of them, but I'm sure she would have liked to go. And I was like, I'm sorry. And then I basically promised to her, I was like, all right, I'll have the money for it. I bought her a book that was like a hunting guide, like written in character for Bobby. And I was like, hey, if you give me that book, I will go get it signed for you.
Outside Kemp.
She's like, all right, that makes up for that, absolutely.
They get it.
I jumped way too early on that one. I wasn't expecting it to bounce up as high as it did, but
10 points from him the last game against Indiana.
still way too early.
Another shot. That's good. And it's Peyton with the assist. Miller's got his first 2 points of the night.
Ba-bum.
For the Orlando
But yeah, I did have an idea of using some of the slots in NHL 2K10 to move some teams around. because they have some of the old school like jerseys and colors and stuff. I don't know if the new NHL games have that. I could probably get filled in on that, whether or not you could change like the Anaheim Ducks back into like the Anaheim Mighty Ducks, and they have the logos and stuff for it. I'd have to find out about that. But that was one thing I wanted to do, was like I could change some of the teams around, and I was like, Seattle would be a good place for a hockey team. I could move one of the teams there. I know Ottawa, the Ottawa Senators owner and the city of Ottawa have had a not the best of relationship with one another, and I guess he actually threatened to move the team several times. Like he threatened to move the team if he didn't get a new arena. You can in NHL 17 and 18. Okay. And then I sat there and thought, okay, we can only technically have 30 teams. And then I decided, like, if I was going to add in the Vegas Golden Knights, I would get rid of a team, and I figured the Coyotes would be one, because I don't see a lot of people shedding a tear over the Coyotes potentially. It's kind of like the Magic at this point, where it's like, you just don't win. You just don't win anything. I don't think a lot of tears would be shed. Hey, Jack. I don't know. I think only the most hardcore of Coyotes fans would care. Vegas is at 18. This tells me I should really just think about getting like the new NHL games. I've heard they're pretty good. I would love to see like maybe. Trying to think if I can rent it. I don't know. I'd have to see. Remove Buffalo. That was another team that I thought about moving as well, because I'm like, would people care if the Sabres weren't in it? Did I talk about Collargate yet? I don't know. I don't think I know what Collargate is, despite how I feel like I should know. I don't think I've heard about Collargate yet. Feel free to explain to me what Collargate is. I feel like I should know, but I might need to be, unless it's the name of something that I already know about and I just didn't know it had a name to it.
Kevin, just enough presence to bother that three-point attempt there.
Well, for a guy that shoots like he does, I mean, I'd say that is an easy look.
Feeds it to Honeycutt. Gives him the lead pass.
Oh my God! I still can't rebound to save my life. We can also talk about all the 76ers owners' burner accounts. I'd like to think that he has like burner Twitch accounts too. He just goes on to like NBA 2K18 streams and just shit talks people. You playing the 76ers? Well, best of luck. I heard their owner got a big dick. What? Basically, Twitter investigations found the 5-ish burner accounts linked to Sixers president. Okay, so it is the Sixers president thing. Okay. I didn't know it had a name to it. A nice fancy name. Good to know. Oh, no, that's not a guy. Okay, sure. How does he make us? How is a C-1 made? The A+ ones aren't. Can you explain that to me, 2K? Can you? Yeah. Okay. So yes, I do know all about this. I just didn't know it had a name at this point. Collargate. Yeah. I haven't really discussed it yet. No. But yeah, I'd love to see if it wasn't just Twitter accounts. If it was like, I guarantee he probably had like Reddit accounts. If he had burner Twitter accounts, he had to have had like Reddit accounts too. because I think that was a thing that people were talking about too, is that there's definitely NBA players out there with burner Twitter accounts, like to kind of talk them up a little bit or defend them without using his own account. Burner accounts defend the preference for oversized collars on his shirts, which people have then photoshopped to comical proportions. Who would defend oversized collars? Who would go? Like, that sounds like you're just trying to out yourself at that point. It's like, hey man, I too enjoy oversized collars for these types of shirts. I bet he got this. I bet he got this at a very nice store. It couldn't possibly have been $69.99. Mentioned a discus burner account for blog comments. Yeah, I think someone had mentioned an Embiid. No, Hassan Whiteside. There was that was something I heard about where someone basically linked a Twitter account that basically had him go, yeah, this is definitely, without saying it, this is definitely a Hassan Whiteside burner account.
And so Hawkins drills both of them.
He's always been extremely reliable at the line, and today
I like to like nothing would make me happier to know that there's like professional athletes making tens of millions of dollars, and like that's just their stress relief, is to just go on Twitter and shit post. Like, they have all the money in the world, and just like us, they can't help but shit post. Oh, damn it. David mentioned that, yeah. Hassan Whiteside definitely had a burner account. Absolutely. Yeah, I think someone had mentioned it was like there's definitely some Kevin Durant ones too. We just aren't sure exactly which ones they are, but there are definitely Kevin Durant burner accounts on Twitter and Reddit. Oh yeah, the Kevin Durant burner account. Okay, so they're actually, so yeah, okay, that was another one I heard that, like, I wasn't sure if anyone had pinpointed an exact account, but I do know there was a lot of feelings that was a thing too.
we're seeing a lot of assists, really moving, a lot of flow offensively. I like what I see.
On the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
I like to imagine that he started doing it when he first signed with Golden State. A lot of people motherfucking Kevin Durant, like, how dare this motherfucker chase rings, and like he's just on burner accounts going, hey man, I think KD, he just wanted to, join a team with some good shooters, and maybe maybe KD just didn't get along with Russell Westbrook. Thought he took too many damn shots, as can be showcased by the failure of a super team they created this year.
On the floor for Seattle, Anthony is out there with B.J. Armstrong. Then it's Schrempf. Then there's Sean Kemp. Anthony.
To be fair, like, that was the thing that I found is, like, I saw a video that was talking about this year's Thunder team being like the worst super team, which my first thought is it really a super team if it's Carmelo Anthony in 2018?
Here's Armstrong.
I mean, if you're talking Carmelo Anthony like 5 years ago, sure. But is Carmelo Anthony in 2018, like, is he considered a pillar of a super team at this point? Like, obviously he showed not to be, really. But I don't know if he could almost be considered that beforehand too. Oh shit. He thought he was one of his burner accounts. He was replying to people. Oh, okay. So he was actually on one. Oh, okay. I see. So he actually did start replying to people, thinking that he was on his main account. Oh my god. How? My thought is this. I'm always kind of amazed at the people who do that, because I don't know. Like, if I have multiple accounts for stuff, I'm trying to think if I actually have multiple accounts for stuff. I don't think I do. Maybe YouTube accounts. Like, I do have I would say burner YouTube accounts where it's like, okay, this is the, you know, I don't want to, like, okay, I have my main one, which I do all my other stuff in, and then, you know, maybe if I watch content, because there was a point in time where, like, I would watch certain YouTubers that I know were kind of getting fucked by the YouTube algorithm and demonetization, and I was genuinely kind of like, I had seen like a real slowdown in YouTube subs at that point too. And I had actually, like, I was hearing a lot of conspiracy theories about how if you're subbed to certain people, then your account might get maybe not demonetized, but sort of more hidden. So I was like, okay, I'll just create a burner account then to sub to these people, and then I'll just use my main account for, you know, just other horse shit. It's too high school for guys making this kind of money to be doing, honestly. Yeah. But yeah, I don't have like a burner Twitter account. I don't have burner Reddit accounts. I can see people having burner Reddit accounts with the way some people are in certain subreddits, where it's like, oh, if you've ever replied in this subreddit, you're gonna be immediately banned in this subreddit because this and that and everything else. Like, I can get why people might have burner accounts for that. What kind of pass was that, Penny?
That's not what they needed there. That's for
I could see people having that, but it's amazing to me that guys who are making, like, if I can't like, I can say I would take the high road, but I truly feel like if I was making tens of millions of dollars playing basketball, I wouldn't give a shit what people say. I honestly wouldn't give two fucks, and I certainly wouldn't make burner Twitter accounts to talk about, to try to defend myself to fans. I only make, like, I make less than $50,000 a year at my job, and if I had people on my just random people think that I was doing a shit job, I don't think I would make burner Twitter account even then to defend myself. I just wouldn't care.
The Magic again can't hit.
You'd expect him to nail that one being that close to the hoop.
Peyton with the ball. Now guarded by Fisher. Shrimp passes to Kemp. The fadeaway.
Let alone making so much money that I could just wipe my ass with like 20s.
Giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Down low. And count it. 2 points
There we
with a
go.
chance for one more at the free throw line. For Orlando, they have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10. Percy Hawkins checked in.
I feel like I have to. Change your hand like the organization. Oh my god. Oh shit. Yeah, the idea that he's honestly hey man, KD, I love that. Oh my god. He didn't like the organization or play for Billy Donovan. His roster wasn't that good. It was just him and Russ on his official account. Imagine taking Russ off that team. See how bad they were. KD can't win a championship with those cats. Oh god, that's rough. That's rough.
Especially in close games, guys.
The score now all even.
And you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside.
That's right. I don't mind giving up a few points to read Kevin Durant trying to pretend that he's
Kemp's checked in.
just some fan.
Abdur-Rahim covered by Miller. Abdur-Rahim.
That foul is really going to hurt him in the second half. I mean, he's got to sit and may have to be off the floor for a long time.
Yep, sorry about that. Oh, hang on. I'm going to mute my mic for just a second.
He's smart. He's tough. I mean, they're going to miss his presence significant.
There we go. I was having issues with the mic. Seems like it's okay now.
He hits both from the stripe. Gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. And it's going penetrating.
No. Oh my God! Why? How did he manage to not get that?
6 points for
How?
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they chased down.
Oh my God! Hold on to a ball.
taken away by Peyton. Makes the lead pass. Miller, the pass.
Boy, I love it. Active hands
We
on
just
the
got
steal,
bombarded
active
with
feet
people.
on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that. And then
Eh.
failing to get back
All
in
right.
transition.
Well, we forced them to take it.
Out of bounds, the Magic will retain possession. Detlef Schrempf's checked in for Miller.
Fuck it. Oh no. People showed up right as soon as I was shooting.
The Sonics
I should have
lead.
passed it. That was a dumb idea.
Schrempf with it. He picked up 21 points in their last win against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
Yeah, they couldn't stop it.
That was-
I mean, they kept
that was my
sending it
own
to the
fault
line
there.
over and over again because
Detlef Schrempf scored 21 points but only hit 4 field goals, so that tells you how many times he went to the line.
Schrempf cover.
It makes a shred of sense, honestly. Oh my God.
Fast break.
How did he just, like, make that dumb mistake right there?
Jam.
yeah, he didn't even bother to wait around for any help on that break.
That was a one-man job all the way, Steve. He knew what to do with it and when.
Here's Ori.
I feel like tonight might be like a shorter stream because I started so late.
No good.
I should really start early. If I do, I should do something tomorrow, and I should start like way earlier.
Yeah, Kevin, how about the air of confidence? I mean, they really
I don't think I played Bayonetta in like 3 weeks. I've been meaning to play that.
This team, they're in a nice groove.
Open shot by Duncan. Gets a very good look and converts.
Just be able to go to bed,
And here are the Sonics.
sleep,
They're on a 14-6
come
run.
back and be refreshed. Oh, that's right. There's a I don't know how big Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers is in America. I don't even know if it's beyond
Gonna be 2 free throws. Drew
a
Conte
Midwestern
down the shot.
thing,
Tell you what, we
let
have
alone
to see
America.
these
I don't know if
aggressive
it's. I don't think it goes outside of America. I know there's a lot of them around the Midwest, but
And I think part of the reason it hasn't
it's a
fallen
chicken
is
finger
one of the
place,
hard
and it's
work.
probably the greatest
Now
chicken
they're
fingers
picking up
ever.
a little bit from the outside.
And they've only had one
Out there, though, or the league
one
No good on the free throw. Big group
one
substitution here for Seattle.
store in Iowa that they just opened probably about a year ago. Raising Cane's, yeah, they had one store, and it was in Council Bluffs, which is in Omaha, which is 2 hours away, which would be the minimum distance I would have to go if I want Raising Cane's. Tomorrow, I guess technically today, is the opening day for the one in West in.
The two possession
Yeah,
lead
West
is what
Des
they were
Moines.
looking for there, so they
And
deal with that one miss.
I am going to get so unbelievably fat
The triple.
because Raising Cane's is amazing. I love Raising Cane's. My roommates are excited for Raising Cane's, and to have one in town now is unbelievably bad for any sort of diet.
Boy, that's a surprise
Because
to
yeah,
use
it's
right
not
there.
good.
Usually
It's
Houston,
not.
those wide open
It's.
opportunities.
It makes me scared because my roommate has already decided like he has a go-to. He used to work for one of them up in Minneapolis. He hates working for him. It was the worst. But he loves the food. So best basketball game, Paul Pierce Backyard Basketball on Game Boy. I don't think I ever played that. I did play Backyard Basketball.
Seattle.
I had that for the PC.
For Gary Payton. And it's tied up with that one. And it's Seattle with the ball.
The amount of time I actually spent playing the backyard sports games, like I had the original backyard football. That was fun.
Outside Anthony.
Especially if I could somehow con my way into, like, when you chose teams, if I could somehow con my way into choosing both Pablo Sanchez and Randall Cunningham, like, you pretty much won right there.
He passes to Ford.
Ah!
Bucket, no good. Gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Outside Anthony. Pass to Hawkins. Anthony.
I forget who my go-to guys in backyard basketball were. I think Pablo Sanchez as well there too.
Up in time.
Ah!
The buzzer beater. So the clock
Damn
runs
it.
out with the score tied going into halftime. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
And now, brought to you.
I'll take
by
40 apiece.
Sprint.
Thanks for being with us here on 2K Sports every day. The playoff picture is becoming more clear. We've seen the Magic slugging it out. Two top-tier teams matched up in this one, giving the fans just what they hoped for. They've dialed in from long
Cool.
range and incredible shooting performance.
Oh yeah, the NHL 2K10 thing. I also wanted to move. Who did I want to move? Montreal. I wanted to move Montreal to Quebec City. I wanted to do the Nordiques again because I think the Canadiens are also kind of a team that have kind of a love-hate relationship with the city.
He's brought a nice intensity to the floor in this one.
I think with Ottawa it's mostly hate, but I think it's mostly has to do with the owner. So I have no problems moving Ottawa.
And another one also in progress. A tight game for the Nuggets squaring off against the Memphis Grizzlies. We're all tied up in the third.
It does make me wonder because, okay, they have that going on in basketball. So if they have that shit going on in basketball, you know they have that shit going on elsewhere. Like, I feel like football is probably more of a burner Twitter account sport. Basketball probably has a lot of it, but I don't know about baseball or hockey, but I feel like football's situation is probably even worse than basketball's is. Why? Never decided to do Football Manager. I played around with it, but I never really did a stream or a series with it. Maybe if I get it like another year, you know, I would like to kind of have an idea of what I'm doing before I jump in, because that's the worst thing I could probably do is start up being a manager of a team and be like, all right, so how does this soccer work? Oh.
Seattle goes the other way with it. And for the Sonics.
I have a fair amount of games that I play and just don't stream because it's just like, well, this wouldn't be interesting, or well, this wouldn't be this would be something that I wouldn't want to stream because it's, you know, either A, not something I feel like would be worth it, or B, you know, just something I'm still trying to figure out.
Basket drops and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through. That's how you do it. The bump and the bucket.
Gone 0-2 from
Got sacked in your first like 5 seasons. Jesus.
They've got Gary Payton. Sean Kemp is out there with strength. Then it's Miller. Payton
Yeah, because
gets
I actually
That's good.
I've played Colony Survival now for I think over 100 hours. I think it's become like my second most played game besides 2K14. Because I think originally I put like 100 and some hours into NBA 2K14, and then I've put at least an additional like 30 some now. I think I'm probably close to 130 at this point. Let me see. I'm at 127 hours. I think 2K17 at least, or 2K14 at least on Steam. I don't think that doesn't show up on the. No, it doesn't.
Second in rebounding.
I think NBA 2K14, at least on Steam, is my most played game. It's not my actual most played game because TEW doesn't keep track of the hours. But, yeah, I think Colony Survival took the number 2 spot. I don't know why. It's such a simple game, but it's such a great zone-out game. You put a month into Modern Warfare 3. Oh! I don't know if that keeps track. I don't know if that kept track of that too when I played Modern Warfare 2. I got really into that too.
I mean, you want to see them growing.
I actually loved. I think that was the last. No, that wasn't the last great. That wasn't the last like favorite Call of Duty game. I'm trying to remember. Black Ops 2 might have been the last one, but I loved me some Modern Warfare 2. I played a lot of it online, and it was probably my last like favorite campaign. The campaign, I think that was the last like great campaign that Call of Duty has done. There was no one around him, and he just blew it. Probably close in Black Ops 1. I did for 3, not sure for 2. Yeah, Black Ops 1 was good with that too. I played the shit out of Black Ops 1. I think 2 as well, but definitely 1. And Modern Warfare 2. I put a bunch of hours into World at War as well, but that was mostly on, I think, PlayStation and Xbox. Because it was me and friends playing zombies. Oh my god. Yeah, the amount of time we spent playing zombies. We got so used to a lot of the maps. It was crazy. Like, there were those maps, we just knew like the back of our hand. 2 always froze for you, so you hated it. Damn.
I'm not sure what it is, but I think he's going to make some changes here.
I think you've got to make your adjustments pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, I forget who it was. I don't think it was a Steam sale, but I think it was somebody else had a sale on like a lot of the Tom Clancy games. And I've heard nothing but good things about Rainbow Six Siege, and I know like there's still a big community for it. I just feel like I probably am a good year and a half late on that boat. Oh my god. The rejections. We actually sent people to the floor with that.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Peyton on the double team. Back to Hardaway.
There you go. Ugh, of course. You had World at War on the Wii. Interesting. I've heard about like the Call of Duty games on the Wii didn't quite get the love that the other that's not what I wanted. I wanted a pump fake. I feel like I have to tell people that because otherwise they're going to think I play like a complete idiot when I only play like a partial idiot. I had a free play weekend for a few months ago on Xbox. Okay. Yeah, Rainbow Six Siege looked good. But yeah, like I said, I think I would have hit that too late at this point. Skill level's way too high. It looked like one of those games that I would love to play. I just never got around to it, and now I've kind of moved past it. It's one of those games that like if it piques my interest, I'll get around to it, sure. But if it piques my interest and I don't get around to it, and then my interest ends up like waning, I'll just probably never get around to it. Kind of like Fortnite. I do have Fortnite installed and I've played a little bit, but I feel like the interest in it has peaked and moved on at this point, and I don't know if I'll really ever play Fortnite, honestly.
Just 5 to shoot. Drains it from beyond the arc. Points for him.
That is his shot, guys. So you can't just give it to him. You've got
But
to
yeah,
get up on it.
I was seeing talk about like Splinter Cell games, and I'm surprised at myself that I've never played Splinter Cell games on this channel, because I fucking love Splinter Cell. I feel like that's something I haven't really ever mentioned, but I goddamn love Splinter Cell. If there's a new Splinter Cell game that ever comes out, like I'm getting that day one. Like Hitman. Hitman's another one of those. I love Hitman. I've at least played Hitman on stream before, several times, but Splinter Cell I never did do that, and I don't know why. Oh god, I should have pump faked. Why?
Kind of gone south for him here in the quarter.
The finger roll finish at the bucket. And now it's an 8-point.
I can't remember. I think Double Agent might have been one of the only ones I actually didn't finish. I know I played all the way through Blacklist. I played all the way through Conviction. Pretty sure I played all the way through Chaos Theory. I think I actually had multiple copies of Pandora Tomorrow. I had like a GameCube version of it, and I think it was only specifically on GameCube. And then I also had like a Nintendo DS version, which was interesting. But yeah, Blacklist was cool because they actually started introducing the abilities to get through a level a certain way, where it was like, okay, you could do like the Ghost, where the whole thing is just you going through completely unnoticed. Or there's the I forget what it was called. It was something where like, because like in the Ghost you go completely unnoticed and no one dies. And then there's one where you do the stealth aspect, but then you kill people as well. So that was pretty cool. But then there's like the Panther, where you just go run and gun through, which was never a good idea. And I prided myself on like trying to get through the whole thing pure Ghost. Like just never kill anybody, just incapacitate people if you need to, never get noticed. And it's hard. Some of those levels were hard to do that with. I just realized that we're also down. I guess I was busy like jacking up threes again. Except this time we're having slightly better success rate. So it's sort of worth it. Oh.
5 on the clock. Anthony. The Sonics again can't hit. 34 seconds left.
All right, what we got here?
Back to Duncan. Back and down to the middle. It's tipped.
I don't know why I did that. I kind of had a feeling it was going to get tipped, but I'm like, nah, let's see if we can thread the needle. We didn't.
We've got 13 seconds left in the
Didn't happen at all.
Anthony kicks to Miller.
Come on.
That's in there.
Oh,
Anthony with the
boy.
assist. Miller's got 8.
Go.
And it's Duncan penetrating. No good
Ugh.
on the second attempt there. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Sonics lead by 6.
All right. We'll make our comeback. I have faith. It's happened before. It'll happen again. I have faith in us coming around.
Coming up next Monday, April 13th, the Chicago Bulls take on the Phoenix Suns. Be there.
I feel like you could have picked a better matchup.
We've got a great game on our hands.
What the fuck is Jason Kidd doing, only averaging 8.1 points per game, by the way? I feel like that's something needs to be addressed. It's like, wait a minute. Why are you advertising the guy who gets 8.1 points per game?
Miller is out there with Schrempf.
I feel like that's...
Then there's Sean Kemp. Then it's Gary Payton. And it's Hawkins in at the 2. That one goes. Count it.
Their low post defense has to show.
It's like when the Magic advertised Shelvin Mack as like 3.9 assists. He's like led the team in 3.9 assists.
15 points for
Like, oh, that's not good. No, it's not. It could be much better.
the feed now to Kemp. The Supersonics making a switch here.
Come on. Ah.
Number 2, covered by Duncan. Payton kicks to Hawkins.
The one thing I hate about Sean Bradley is that he's just this lanky, weird player that just can't seem to control his arms and legs the way I would like him to. What phone? Oh my god. I don't know why this week I've started getting like 18,000 like notifications about stuff, either about like It's either like phone calls from people I don't know, so I don't pick up, or just a bunch of nonsensical emails. Or since one of my buddies got me into playing an SAO mobile game, I just keep getting notifications for an SAO mobile. See, why is it always? So now I keep getting notifications like, hey, this event started, you should play it. And it's just like, how about I just play it on my own time?
That's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
I feel bad because he wanted me to play today, and I was busy getting ready for the stream. Of course, I didn't think it would take me so long to start streaming, mostly because I was busy hating life and Xbox at the same time. Let's give it to Marbury. Why not? See what he's got.
Shoot, why wouldn't he? I mean, guys, they're filling it up with ease, executing, getting quality shots. I mean, this is fun to watch.
Yeah, this is like a clinic out there, guys. This is exactly how you attack a defense. Move the ball, sharp.
I don't know why you would leave Sharif out there. I've turned Sharif into a multi-threat human being. If Sharif wants a max contract, he's going to get a goddamn max contract one of these days. No one's going to do anything to stop it. I've made him too good. The last thing I need is to unleash Sharif onto another team, because he would be one of their best assets. No one can go from shooting a corner three to posting somebody up and getting an excellent post shot in. Quite like Sharif.
Unstoppable offense from both teams. I love the pace this game has been played at.
So does everybody else in the building. This has been a fun one.
Horry's checked in for Orlando. Peyton dishes to Kemp. That's good. And it's Peyton with the assist. Peyton's got 6 assists now in the game.
He's flipped the script here in this half.
Marbury, no.
He kicks it to Bradley.
See, not even Sean Bradley can finish underneath the hoop, and he's like a good foot taller than the guy that he was being guarded by. A whole bunch of stuff seems to be popping up in in the Discord I'm in too. I just keep hearing the bub up, bub up.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that's special.
Oh.
I mean, he will take any big shot down the stretch. He wants the ball.
Wow. He took that pump fake, hook, line, and sinker and went flying.
His stroke is never changing.
Peyton passes to Miller.
The other thing to be even better is if the help defense didn't come and he just starts hauling it towards the basket for the sickest dunk.
Pass to Horry.
Come on, Reggie. Come on, Reggie. Oh, God. Reggie figured it out.
Number 2.
He put the puzzle together.
The Magic have gotten it done so far from the field here in the fourth, going 6 for 7.
All right, I want to try to really get on Gary Payton's bad side with ISO. I want to make. Oh God, he just blew right by me just like that. What am I doing?
Almost, but it rolls out.
All right, all right.
Here's Horry.
Got him. Got him.
That's on Detlef Schrempf.
Wow. I was just looking for the foul. I wasn't expecting him to make it too.
And the Magic making a change here. Duncan's checked in.
Dear Lord.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. Gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field.
I mean, I'll take it. Why not? I'll take it. Let's just dismiss. I don't know. What is everyone looking like? Oh, Bradley is so. Oh my God, get like Alston out there.
With his team struggling from three-point territory, he told them
He'll
to
be
start
fine.
looking for more high-quality shots inside the paint. We're forcing too many threes, he said.
We probably need our bench guys in there anyway.
Thanks a lot, Doris.
It's probably a good idea because then we can rest the starters until like the last minute of the game, when we'll really need our guys fresh. In fact, I'm just gonna call it. We got enough timeouts to make this happen.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
They've been very untidy with the ball here. You commit turnovers when you try to do too
Why do
much,
they still
or
put
you
Duncan
force
out
it.
there? No,
They need
put
to focus on
Alston.
making the simple play, good passes, and moving the ball around.
Here's Hoiberg.
Ooh.
Number 11.
Hey, plus.
And the Magic lead by 4.
Boy, they've come out of
There we go. We're making them this time. I like that. That's how we can win, is by actually making the shots that we're supposed to.
Peyton dishes to Schrempf. 6 to shoot.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready for the game to be done though. I'm feeling very tired.
They get it back.
I'm feeling that fatigue
And good
set
work on
in.
the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
Not quite as bad as when I was playing TEW, and I was like practically nodding off as I was talking. That was a weird moment. Like
You know that's going to be goal
physically talking and feeling yourself fall asleep as you're doing it.
Saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Horace Grant, he's checked in for Tim Duncan. Sonics trail by 4. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Peyton kicks
I also had a couple of I had another idea
covered by Alston.
for
From the
racing
baseline.
series I wanted to do.
Number 2.
I had an idea with Assetto Corsa. I'll probably still do it actually because I wanna do it. I have this idea in my head because you can do custom championships in Assetto Corsa. So I had the idea of oh really? Oh, there we go. I had this idea of doing custom championships, and like originally I wanted to do like maybe cheap cars.
Anthony's checked in.
But then I found out that even with mods, not a lot of people have done like just regular cheap stock cars. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I'm looking around and I find exactly what I want to do a championship series of, and that's go-karts. Because nothing to me would be more fun than the idea of a full championship series of go-karts on like full-size tracks, just trying to whiz their way around. Because I think I've seen a few that are like go-kart tracks, or at least something go-kart size tracks. But there's a few that are just like short, regular tracks.
Miller, right
It'd
side.
be interesting.
No luck.
Like how hard can you run a go-kart?
Pass to Ori.
Ah,
From Schrempf.
I was hoping for a foul.
Trail by 6.
And the clock is their worst enemy right now.
Yeah, they've got to work very quickly here, Steve.
Back to Miller. Foul call that time in the
All right,
wheel.
we're still up by 6. That's good.
And checking out the game for Miller, 10 points.
We got we can get our starters out. Whoops. Oh my god.
But he's had a great feel for the game today, for his teammates,
There we
for
go.
the situation, for his opponents.
They want to get the starters up and moving.
Both free throws good for Miller.
The story in the first half was their
There
low
you
free
go.
throw percentage.
I'll just keep doing it like
Corrected
this
that
though
here in the
until
second half, and hopefully
they eventually
can
have
build on
to
it as
call a
this game
timeout or
continues to
something.
progress.
And then our starters, much fresher,
11. Covered by
come out, and that's it.
6 to shoot. Good ball movement here by the Magic.
Come on. Good enough. We'll get the replacements.
And he cannot get the
Or
first one to drop. Tough one to
okay,
miss.
that helps
So
too.
a new group on the floor for Orlando.
All right, that's what we need. Is we need our best guys out there now that we're up by only 4, and gonna need someone who could shoot. Why did Sean Bradley not make that? I hate you.
Second shot opportunity.
That was dumb.
Hammered. And he'll go to the line.
That's all we need to do is not hand them the game. This is our game to lose.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall.
And I keep finding new and inventive ways to do it.
So he comes
Oh my god, I hate life.
nails it. And he
I just hate life right now.
Huge points.
There you go.
Beyond huge, Steve. I mean, they needed that bucket. Desperate.
Hey, you redeemed yourself.
An already insurmountable lead. I think they'll be walking out of here with a pretty easy victory.
Steve, I think that's a given.
Hammonds, he's checked in for the Sox.
Whew.
Kept alive.
Damn it.
Here's Hammonds.
I would love to get to the playoffs and see where we end up sitting in the play. We're probably a number 1 seed. I think the only other team that could probably be doing better than us is the Bulls.
There had a huge effect on
I can't see us not being at least second. I guess I haven't been paying too much attention, but we'll see.
That makes it a 3-point lead.
Oh no, a 3 can tie it. This isn't good.
send it into overtime.
Oh my god.
Ball here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
Why? Oh my god. Yeah, we'll just leave it be. We'll give it to some people who can maybe handle it.
Outside Hardaway. For the win.
Oh my god. I meant to do a play, and as I was about to execute the play, Penny just
And we'll get going
just
after
let
this.
go of the ball. Like, why? Why did you just let go of the ball? It's not what I wanted.
And the Magic start out with the ball.
All right, at least our guys get to be
As we begin overtime.
fresher, I think, still.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the
All right,
fourth
I'll take it.
overtime.
And Strength is
So
almost
in the game for the Magic,
the
the first free throw is good.
fouled out, so that'll help.
That one falls, so he hits both.
There we go. All right, I just need to
The
keep
Sox trailing.
keep myself in this, keep myself focused
Miller,
long enough to make this happen.
the dish to Peyton. Backs him down from 7.
Oh.
And another basket for Seattle.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
I think it's time to make some
I
adjustments.
probably should have just taken the shot.
I mean, what
Whatever.
they've got going right now is not getting it.
Drove in,
Thinking
get the
of
foul.
what Hardaway's done.
We haven't drawn a lot of fouls.
Down some big rebounds too.
Well, the
Or
battle
maybe we just haven't made a lot of foul shots, because I don't remember making a lot of them either.
effort so far.
Here is Miller. He feeds it to Peyton.
No.
Peyton with another miss.
Hey, he got the rebound. Oh my god.
Great job of
Hell may have just frozen over with that.
Team play.
Steve, I know you love great teamwork.
Yeah, so much
Oh, that was so perfect. He was right underneath the hoop.
game that just happens. The ball moves almost on its own, Kevin. It's fun to watch.
I don't want to throw this game away.
50% from the field so far.
I guess it wouldn't matter that much, but
It's extra
I think
time
we're
to
actually
just
pretty
over
close in,
overtime. Number 2. Can't hit.
pretty close in
Got to convert when you get those opportunities.
standings.
Feeds it to Bradley.
Even though they wouldn't affect our seed. It's not like they're going to get a better seeding.
To go. And the Magic lead
I probably should have just passed it to Duncan, but hey, it worked. Why
Miller
not?
kicks to Anthony. Now the pass to Peyton. Back to Anthony for the 3. Orlando grabs the miss.
Marbury's 2 for 7. Jesus.
Here's Abdul Rahim.
Hey, oh my God, he got it.
Back up. And Duncan.
How did he manage to grab? It looked like he damn near just snatched it out of the dude's hands. Like the dude in front of him got the rebound, but then he just like snatched it out of his hands. Like, nope.
Anthony, the pass to Peyton. He dishes it to Anthony. Schrempf. No good from outside.
My God. Bradley showing up when we need him the most. Oh, my God. Take advantage of that mismatch. Bradley showing up and getting some rebounds right when we need him. This is it, man.
Peyton kicks to Anthony.
Yeah, we definitely got this now. If we manage to collapse in the next minute 15, I deserve to lose.
Orlando will take it the other way. He kicks it to Hardaway.
Well, they're doing a good job trying to make it happen.
Schrempf covered. Here's Duncan. Up and in.
There we go.
And they're not finished yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, that's how you close out a game, Steve.
It's Anthony.
At least this time we're ahead by enough that they're not gonna like. Well,
Spot behind the arc.
let's see if we can't make it one ourselves. Keep them from stealing, like trying to foul us. There you go. Now they're not gonna foul us. Now they're just gonna let the clock run out. Hopefully they just give up on life now. There's no way they need to not give up.
Peyton with another miss.
There you go.
Boy, I'm shocked he didn't make that
Just-
one. He
just
usually
let it
knocks
happen.
down with ease.
Let the loss come to. Oh,
Out of bounds. Seattle will take possession. Some changes for Seattle. Seattle calls timeout.
I don't even remember like actually trying to shoot the. He just shot the ball, just because. Oh, why not?
Well, this one's in the bag. I mean, I commend them for really putting forth the effort until the very end. But this thing's over.
You know, sometimes you just have to throw up the white towel and let fate run its course so you can get on to the next game.
Here's Honeycutt. A three-pointer, no good.
I'll take it.
It's going to be a tough loss to
I'll
swallow.
take it.
They just didn't have much gas left in the tank once we got to overtime.
Dishes it to Fisher. There's the triple. Off on that
Oh,
and so it's
I'll take it.
taking this one by a big margin.
it would have been nice if Hoiberg made that last shot, but I'll take what I got.
Performance and up.
An actual win. Duncan. You know, I used to call this Sharif and Friends, but I feel like there's a certain point where I just need to acknowledge Tim Duncan. Sharif actually did carry most of the load too. I think after mostly disappearing in the first game. Hey, finished the season with the best division record. Look at that. Let's finish this out. Simulate all games. Look at that. Another 3. Player rookie 20 plus minutes per game. Player rookie 25 plus minutes per game. And 30 plus minutes per game. One player named to the all rookie first team. Coach the rookie of the year. Hey, look at that. Win coach of the year. Finish the season with the best record. Mitch Richmond got MVP. Huh. Wow. Look at that. Dude, to average the dude at, okay. Obviously his rebounds and assists aren't great, but the motherfucker averaged 42.9 points per game. Can you imagine? I want to know what the single season record is, because it can't be anywhere close. Best point average in NBA history. Let's see. Wait. Per season average points NBA. I would love this. Regular season records, points. Highest average points per game in a season. Well, that's a team. Individual. Michael Jordan. Or no, the most seasons leading league. No, I want to see. Most points in a season. Highest average. Wilt Chamberlain in 1961-1962 with 50.4. So that is some borderline. Yeah. Wilt Chamberlain got it 50.4. That is the individual record for a single season. And this guy averaged 42.9. He strapped that team to his back and just carried it. So yeah, I can see why he would be MVP. That is crazy. I you know what? Just for reference, what is LeBron doing right now? LeBron, let's see, 2018 season averages. I would love to know what he's currently averaging. This season, he's averaging 27.5 points per game. His highest ever season was the 2005-2006 season with Cleveland, where he averaged 31.4 points per game. That was the highest he ever did. 31.4 average points. I just want to put that into perspective with the Mitch Richmond 42.9 points per game. That's crazy. On 49% shooting too. So that was a really nice, it's a really good shooting percentage too. It's not easy to get that close to 50 and even try to keep it above 50. Tim Duncan, Rookie of the Year. I don't think there was much of a, I don't know if there was much of a battle for it, but yeah, he really led the team for us. Divock getting Sixth Man of the Year. Sure. I wonder when he gets to go to the Kings. Theo Ratliff, Defensive Player of the Year. Look at that. I mean, he technically averaged a double-double. 11 points, 10 rebounds. Jerome Allen getting Most Improved Player. Went up to 12.7 points per game on 36% shooting. Is that really... Are we really going to give a guy who shot 36% this season Most Improved Player? I feel like we could do a little bit better than that. God forbid, what did he shoot last season? He shot 41%. Do we really want to... I mean, okay, he probably did a little bit better on his... It's just... Whatever. Just shooting 36%. That's like... I think that's even worse than Westbrook. I think Westbrook at least tries to maintain above 40. Coach of the Year, that guy. Whoever our head coach is, sure. We were actually second in the power conference. I'll take it. LNBA first team, Mitch Richmond, Allen Iverson, Antoine Walker, Glenn Robinson, and Shaquille O'Neal. Second team is Michael Jordan, Tim Hardaway, Kevin Garnett, Glenn Rice, and Victor Alexander, who, yeah, I don't even think he's that good, is he? No, he's like a 68. He's a fucking 68, but he's on the second team because he had to take so many shots for Charlotte that he averaged 27 points per game because he's literally like the only thing for them. That's amazing. He was a number 0 pick too. That's amazing. What do I think of Enzo's song? I have not heard Enzo's song. I don't know if I would care enough to listen to Enzo's song either. I don't know. I feel Enzo's very much an out of sight, out of mind type person now. I was like, okay, he was a thing, sure. Terrell Brandon, Damon Stoudemire, Chris Webber, Vin Baker, Hakeem Olajuwon. Not one of our guys made any of the All-NBA teams or either the All-Defensive teams. That's Croc. All-Rookie first team. As I say, besides Tim Duncan, John Wallace, maybe Bobby Jackson, okay, Kobe, but Kobe didn't have like an outstanding season like Tim Duncan did. so I can see that. I like how Scott Pollard's up there too. It's the worst thing and so fucking stupid. Oh my god. As I would expect. Your friends who like music was asking you about it? Oh no. So we face the Nets. And then when we eventually beat the Nets, we face the winner of Toronto and Miami, which will probably be Miami. And then we'll face, I assume, the Bulls, but you never know. Oh, you know what? It'll probably be the Hawks. I could see us facing the Hawks in the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm already planning out my route to the finals. I'm already assuming I'll beat the Nets and then beat... It doesn't even matter. I'll probably beat the Raptors or Heat. And I'll look forward to facing... I hope it's the Hawks and the Bulls, because I bet you the Hawks will probably... They'll probably beat them. And that'll be a pain in my ass, honestly. And to be fair, either team, either the Hawks or the Bulls, will be a pain in my ass if I have to face them in the Eastern Conference Finals. It's from Enzo. What do you expect? Yeah. And this is one of the things that make you ashamed to be a wrestling fan. I don't blame you. Oh my god. Well, it'll be interesting to see how the playoffs turn out. Of course, I'll probably sim through most of the games unless they're games that I would need to play, like, elimination games, something like that. Just to make sure we try to keep ourselves afloat. So that is how the 1998, I think, is what we're at now. So, we started 96, 97. This is the second season, 97, 98. So this is the 1998 NBA playoffs and how it currently looks. It'll be interesting to see if the Lakers make it in again. I bet you it'll probably be the Jazz. I think the Jazz kind of got shafted. No, you know what? It'll be the Sonics. I think it'll be the Sonics beating out the Jazz, and then hopefully me beating out, most likely, the Hawks. That's how I feel like the conference finals is going to turn out. And then probably set up Sonics versus Magic in the finals. This is all, of course, assuming that I'm going to win my games, which, of course, I plan to. But I'm going to save it one more time real quick, and thank you guys for coming out. I greatly appreciate it. I do a little bit more, but I started much later than I planned on, and I'm extremely tired. So I feel like going to sleep. I don't want to make promises, but I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if I were you, if I streamed tomorrow, because that's a usual streaming day for me, and I really won't have much of anything going on, so... God. So yeah, thank you guys for coming out. If you are watching this on YouTube, thank you very much for continuing to watch. I greatly appreciate it. Hopefully, maybe we'll... Yeah, I really hope this will be one of those things that starts, gaining steam as we go along, because we're still going to start, getting into, more and more years. We just got to get around, some of these iffy years. We got some kind of neat years with, 96, 97. Now we're in kind of the, iffy years with 98, 99, 2000. Then we'll finally hit, 2003 at some point. That's when it'll be great. So thank you, and I will see you next time.